Figure 19.20 WordTypeCount.java. In this example, we're going to introduce the map interface and the implementation of that interface called HashMap, which is a hash table data structure. We're going to allow the user of this application to type in a sentence, which we're then going to break apart into individual words, and we're going to use those words as keys into our map data structure. And basically what we're going to do is count how many times each word appears in the sentence and then display the results to you. So first we're going to go ahead and take a look at our main application method. So we're simply going to create a new object of our class called WordTypeCount. Back up at the top of the class, you'll see that we've declared an instance variable of type map, and for a map we have to specify both the key type and the value type. We're storing keys of type string and values of type integer so that we can count how many times each string appears in our sentence. Separately, we also have a scanner for reading input from the user. The constructor creates a new hash map to initialize our map variable, a new hash map of strings and integers. We also create our scanner for reading from the standard input. And then we call our createMap method to create the HashMap data structure contents, and then our displayMap method to display the results. So let's take a look at createMap first. We prompt the user to enter a string, and then we read in the entire string as a line of text. Then we use the string tokenizer class from the java.util package to create a new string tokenizer for that input string that we just read in. And the tokenizer is similar to an iterator in that it is going to tell you whether or not there are more tokens to obtain. So as long as there are more tokens, we will grab a word from the tokenizer by calling tokenizer.nextToken. That gives us one token or one word from our sentence. And then we immediately take the string returned by nextToken and call two lowercase on it so that we get just the lowercase representation of the word. The next thing we do is we go to our map data structure and ask whether or not the map already contains the key for that word. If that word is a key in the data structure already, then we're going to need to increment the counter that we have associated with that key. Otherwise, we're simply going to put that word into the data structure for the first time. And notice when we call map.put, we give it the word as the key, and we give it a primitive value of 1 as the value. Now, if you look back up above here, we declared this as a hash map of strings and integers. That's the integer type wrapper class. But here we're using the value 1. So what happens is it actually, in Java, boxes the 1 into an integer object that can then be placed into this map data structure. Now, going back up here, if the key was already in the data structure, we're going to get the value associated with that key and assign it to the int variable count. Well, get is going to return the value as an integer object, which will then be automatically unboxed and placed into the int variable count. We will then put the key back into the table with its new value of count plus 1, and again the value of count plus 1, once it's calculated, will be boxed into an integer object and placed back into the table. Then down in the displayMap method, we will obtain a so-called key set from our map. A key set is a set of the keys that are inside the map, and the keys in the map can then be used to obtain the corresponding values. So we obtain the key set. Then at line 54 we create a sorted keys variable of type tree set, and we make a new tree set of those keys. So we're going to show them to you basically in sorted order, alphabetical order, that is, in this case. Finally, we're going to display the results, and to do that we display map contains and then two columns, key and value. Then we have an enhanced for loop that's going to walk through every key in the sorted keys tree set, and for each key we're going to display that key in a left justified field of 10 for a string, and then we're going to call map.get with key as its argument to get the corresponding value and display that as a string as well. When we're done iterating through all of that, we're also going to print out the size of our map, that is, how many keys are in the map, and also whether or not the map is empty, which is a Boolean method that will return true if it's empty and false otherwise. So if we go ahead and run this one, notice that you can type your input in this field at the bottom of the window. You can't type it directly into the output. So we had previously tested this with to be or not to be. That is the question. So I'm going to just press enter. And as soon as I do, that becomes the input to my program. I then show you the contents of the map, and here's all the words in that sentence. The word be appeared twice and the word to appeared twice, but everything else in here appeared just once. The size of our map was 8, which is the number of total words that were in that sentence, not the number of actual words, but the number of unique words in that sentence. And then finally, is empty showed false as the result, because in fact we do have values inside of the hash map.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than Live Lessons, self-paced personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.